Hello, welcome back to Gold Coin. This is Kathy. I'm the developer of Gold Coin, and I want to talk to you about physique. I want to talk about that waist getting snatched, your body getting toned up, fitting into that, nice outfit, getting ready for the summer, whatever you want to call it, whatever motivates you. That's what we're going to talk about today. And I haven't really actually did any talks about exercise so much or movement or anything. I do some posts on social media about it, but I haven't really spoken about it to anybody and like this. So I wanted just to share my experience with working out and exercise, losing weight, all that type of stuff. And so I'll just start really briefly. I lost 200 pounds, and my journey began in 2016 when I had VSG weight loss surgery. And I remember that I did try to go to the gym before I started losing weight. And I had a horrible experience. Now, don't laugh. This is a true story. My husband is witness to it. So, I was 350 pounds. I'm only 5'3". I was miserable in my skin. I had a hard time sleeping. I just had a lot of, it was just very difficult to move around with 200 extra pounds on me. And, my husband had started going to the gym, and he was just, doing it. And he would always say, "Hey, Kat, you want to go to the gym with me?" And I would say, nah, you go, that's for you. And then I would tell him, "Hey, on your way back, can you bring me back a donut or something?" I mean, it was like I was oblivious to the power of movement at that time. And so, I can't say exactly, because when I was younger, I used to run track and stuff like that. I wasn't overweight as a teenager, as a young child. I didn't actually start gaining weight until I was in my 20s. So back to, a couple years ago. So finally, he knew somebody that got free passes, to LA Fitness. And they were always, saying, hey, you can bring somebody with you. So finally, I decided that I was sick and tired of being overweight, and I was going to go to the gym with them. And I would get on the treadmill and literally would try to walk for 10 minutes, and my face would turn like the color of my shirt. Like, we're talking like crimson red. And it would stay like that for like an hour afterwards. And I remember I was really trying to be strong and impress him and be like, "No, I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to go to the gym with you. I'm going to walk on the treadmill." That was going to the gym for me, just walking on the treadmill. And one day, my feet were hurting so bad. I had these tennis shoes, these white tennis shoes, and my feet would hurt like so bad. And I remember he thought I was perspiring or sweating, like, just dripping. And you know what? I was crying. I was crying because it was so difficult for me. It was so hard for me to just even walk on a treadmill. And I remember thinking in my mind, like, why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? I have let myself go so bad that it's difficult for me to even walk on a treadmill for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And he thought I was like sweating, and I was, but I was also crying. And I just remember that. And I remember telling him, my feet hurt so bad, and I had my toenails painted at the time. And I went to go get a pedicure, and the lady took off my nail polish, and my toenails were black. I had bruised them so bad, and they all fell off. This is a true story, okay? And I was like, what? And then I started, but it didn't stop me. They came back, your toenails grow back. And, but they were bruised so bad, especially the first three. And the first three little piggies were black and blue. And then I started getting blisters, like I was really trying at that time. It didn't last very long because, pain and me aren't the best of friends. And so it didn't last. And long story short, after I had weight loss surgery, I started losing weight, and I did not go back to the gym maybe for like about after 4 months of losing weight. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't. And if you have AAA, you can get gym memberships for like $25 a month. You have to pay like a deposit and everything down, but just that's a tidbit for you. That's for free. And check it out. Check it out. And so I started going to LA Fitness. I didn't know what to do. I was going by myself. And the only thing I would do was go upstairs and I would walk on the treadmill and I would sit on the bike. And to me, that was powerful. That was like, okay, this is, I'm doing it. I'd sweat and everything. And then I remember there was this headlines. There was this Playboy bunny, girl who was on Snapchat at the time. And she so-called accidentally took a picture of a woman at LA Fitness in the ladies' restroom, nude. And she was making fun of her. She was like saying, look at this, she's, and I remember hearing that story and be like, oh my God, that's going to happen to me. Somebody's going to see this, big girl in here trying to work out and they're going to take a picture of me and be laughing and they're going to share it to all their friends. I was just so complexed about that. I was like, and it almost stopped me from going to the gym because I thought people are just going to make fun of me. They're going to see this, hefty girl trying to walk on the treadmill or trying to do I tried to do the row machine. I didn't know what to do. I had no I would look at people. They probably thought I was stalking them because I would be like, okay, how are they doing it? I'm gonna try to copy them. I didn't know what to do. And I started losing weight and I started going to the gym probably about 4 days a week. And I'm going somewhere with this story, trust me. And then I really started getting into it. And I started really enjoying it. And I started, doing more things. Like, I would try to run on the treadmill. I was riding the bike. I was doing the row machine. And then I kind of ventured into where the machines were. And I was like, kind of looking at people like, okay, looking at the little diagram, going on YouTube. I knew that I had to move my body because I was losing weight. And, everybody was like, oh man, all you got to do is just tone up, you got to tone up. And, and I was really self-conscious because my skin was, it wasn't bouncing back, if you know what I mean. And I was losing weight and, so I was like, okay, well, everybody says you got to go tone up. So, I'm not a person that I need somebody to tell me to go do something or be a buddy. I went on my own. I didn't have to have a friend or any of that. I just was like, no, you know what? This is a journey that I'm on and I'm going to do it. And you know what? I'm going to figure it out. So I was going by myself and doing all that. And, I started to, and I felt great. I felt like Wonder Woman. I would feel so good after coming from the gym. And I noticed a little bit of a difference. It wasn't huge though, but I just thought, okay, I'm losing weight. Now I'm working out at the gym. I'm doing all these things. I'm learning how to eat right. And, I talk about how I developed Gold Coin is because I started regaining weight. And and I've never really mentioned this, but during the time that I started regaining, I was going to the gym and I gained 30 pounds. And it caused me to really have a awakening because surgery is not enough to keep weight off. You have to really explore your heart, your mind, your intelligence, your emotions. It has to be in harmony and your body's just going to follow. And so I started doing wellness on my own. I developed and I said, you know what, God help me, I need to figure this out. I need to know why I am trying to kill myself by eating. I don't want to die of obesity related, situations. So I started studying nutrition. And then I seen some people on Instagram that were working out, and I was following this one person, and I was like, wow, she, I seen her like working out, going to the gym and stuff like that, and I was like, but she looks really good. She must be doing something different than what I'm doing, And so I kind of reached out to her, and shout out to her. She knows who she is, and I said, hey, do you are you part of a training or something? And she was like, yeah, I'm part of this training. And, a lot of girls have had, or, women, men, whatever, have had weight loss surgery. Some of them haven't. Some of them had plastic surgery. Some of them haven't. But it really works. And I was like, so I watched her for like 3 months. And then I started watching her coach for another 3 months. And I'm kind of like, okay, what's going on? Because during this time, I was going to counseling. I was studying nutrition. I was really exploring the why, of me. Why was I, just disregarding my health? Why was I not taking care of the temple that God gave me? Why was I going to go back to old habits and patterns that, were destroying me? So all this was happening at the same time. So finally I stepped out. Yes, I did. And I hired a coach to teach me how to strength train. And I never met her. And she was on Instagram, and I was like, man, this better be real, okay? And I had asked the other girl, like, is this real? She's like, no, it's real. And I didn't even know her either, And Instagram, yeah. And so I stepped out and I got my exercises. And let me tell you, I had never did a burpee in my lifetime. The exercise came through and there was a couple videos, but you basically had to look them up yourself. And I was kind of like, I didn't like that, because I was like, I don't even know how to do a rear delt fly. What's that? All these exercises. And at the time I was going to the gym. So every night I would get my exercises and I would spend an hour on YouTube typing them in, texting them to myself, the links, and trying to learn the form of these exercises. And I would go to the gym 5:30 in the morning. I would be there, and I would, before work, and I worked an hour. My commute was an hour, and I would do that every day. And it took about 6 months, and I started to see my body change. It was amazing. I was like, okay, I was just doing cardio before, but now I'm actually lifting weights and dumbbells and bars and do the Smith machine and doing the machines. And I'm not doing probably the best because I've never done it before. I'm learning on my own. I'm watching YouTube videos. I have this coach that I'm asking for help. And it took a good 6 months. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't so much that I was losing weight. My body started to change. And I was like, what? So I'm like, say maybe size 12, 10, and then all of a sudden, I go, and this is over like now 6 months. So within a year's time, I went from a tight 10 to like a 6. And even now I can fit into a 4, extra small. And it's not that I've lost a bunch of weight. And what I really want to get to you is strength training is where it's at. Lifting dumbbells is where it's at. It has transformed my life. It has become therapy to me. It has become something that I look forward to. It has become something that has changed me inside and out. And it took time. And I've lost 200 pounds, and I'm not very tall, so I have a lot of extra skin. And people ask me all the time, have you had plastic surgery? I'm like, not yet. I haven't had plastic surgery. And, you won't see me wearing tank tops and really short shorts or skirts or anything like that because of the skin. And I wear shapewear, and I have to, because of the extra skin. Did the strength training, because everybody says, well, just tone up. It's one of the rudest things you can say to somebody who is learning to exercise or losing weight or getting into that, because the fact is that you don't know that toning or lifting weights or exercise is gonna fully help their skin problem. With me, it didn't. It did a lot, but there's only so much you can do, and it really depends on. I went to 8 doctors. Because I was like, I have all this extra skin. It's really bothering me. And I'm doing jumping squats. It's like, it's difficult because of the extra skin. And basically, this is what they told me. Genetics plays a big part. Another thing is, how long were you overweight? How long did you stretch your skin out for? And for how much did you stretch it out for? Now, and how old are you? Some people can bounce back pretty good, and they may not have to have like their arms done, or their inner thighs, or different things like that. Maybe they just need a tummy tuck, because the skin just overlaps, and can sometimes, some people, like, they lose everything. Their body's like a melted candle, underneath clothes. And to be in that position is very difficult. you know and when people just say, well, just tone up, you should go to the gym, and it's just like, yeah, I do go to the gym. Matter of fact, I work out more than you do. Don't you just love it when people try to tell you to do something that they don't even do themselves? It's something else. But that's another time, another story. So I had to find out the hard way that it's like, okay, as much weight as I have lost, and as much strength training and lifting and exercise and nutrition, everything that I could possibly do, my skin, due to my age, genetics, and I basically carried around a 200-pound person around with me for 15 years. So I stretched my skin out so much for so long, it's not going to go back. And so that was really difficult, for me, because I would see other people that were kind of my height, or maybe people who had been the same, weight as me, and they didn't need to have, their arms taken in, or, they looked great, and it just really depends. Every person is different, So with that being said, don't feel bad if that's where you are and you're like, man, I do everything I can, but I still have all this extra skin. You know what? Either you choose to live with it and deal, or you can go the plastic surgery route. Whatever it is that, just take a lot of care and take a lot of time, finding that right person. Now, for me, plastic surgery is something that, I know the person who's going to perform surgery on me has to be somebody who is an expert in extreme weight loss, because somebody with extreme weight loss like myself, 200 pounds, is different than just a mommy makeover, somebody who's maybe 50 pounds. Your skin is different. There's so many variables. So, that's something that, you really want to investigate, and you really want to check them out, and you really want to make sure it's the right thing for you. So I really, have had, that's been my roller coaster ride of exercise. And, I really strongly believe that movement is medicine. It has been for me. I'm just speaking of my experience here, and when COVID-19 happened last March and all the gyms in 2020, all the gyms closed down, and I kind of panicked. For a whole week, I was so worried. I had anxiety about it because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose all this progress that I'm making. I can't work out at home. It's not going to work. It's not going to be the same. Let me tell you, I had some 10s and 5s and a mat. And I started looking up exercises, and I would look up the home version. You can do anything at home. It's all about how bad do you want it? It's all about, are you willing? You say you want a snatched waist. You say you want to look good. You say you want it, but are you willing to do it? Like, really though, there's no excuse. I had no excuse. People say, well, how did you do it? I said, I don't have a choice. I'm in this for life. I'm not like, I can't just put my toe in the water. I got to dive right in. I don't want to play games with my health anymore. I don't want to live depressed and upset and ashamed and all those things that I was going through for years. I can't look back. And that's why I developed Gold Coin, because I know that the wellness projects, when you deal with your mind, you deal with your emotions, your body is going to be willing. It's not that your body can't take it. It's, can you convince yourself? And you can. And I'm here to help you, That's why I shared my journey with the world. Like, I didn't want to tell people the embarrassing things that have happened to me. I didn't want to tell people that I needed a seatbelt extender to ride on an airplane, that I couldn't ride on an amusement park ride because I couldn't fit and they couldn't even put the lever down. I didn't want to tell people that I couldn't go to a restaurant that didn't have tables and chairs. If it had a booth, I couldn't fit. I didn't want to tell people that I couldn't even go to, and put a 5X on, that it wouldn't even fit me, even the stretch dress, not to mention the sleep, not to mention, all of the physical problems that come with, having that weight on you. It's not glamorous. It's not, I always, people tell me now, like, they didn't even know that I was so unhappy. I didn't show it. I tried my best not to. That was my problem, not somebody else's. But I share it now because if I can do it, so can you. I am proof. You can't cheat on you no more. You don't have time. We think, tomorrow, Monday, after this party, after this, man, do I have to exercise my whole life? Oh, I just want to work on my waist and I just want a booty. And girl, then this is another one. Well, I don't want to be bulky. Honey, let me just share with you. What makes you look bulky is fat. When you start strength training and you're melting the fat and underneath your muscle is lean, and you look, I'm amazed at the transformation, and everybody's body is different. So you don't want to say, well, I just want to work on my waist, or I just want arms. I just want my back to be cut. No, you work on your total body, including your heart and your mind, and you're going to see a complete transformation. That's how it works. And all of us have different physiques. So some of us will have a bigger chest or smaller waist, or some of us will have glutes or the peach or the booty or whatever. Some of us will have a smaller waist. Your determination of how your body is going to look is going to be what you put into it and what you've been given. Some of us are never probably going to have big glutes, we're all so different. So it's like, you want to work on your entire self, not just bits and pieces. That doesn't even sound right if you really think about it. And you don't have to worry. You're not training to be an Olympian. I mean, some of you may go into that, but it takes a long time to get big, muscles. And these people are working out. These people are like intense. I'm talking about 3 to 5 times a week, maybe 45 minutes to an hour a day. All you need is a mat, some music, some water, some shorts, a tank top, and some dumbbells. It's amazing what you can do when you allow yourself, give yourself permission to be the best version of you. I'm not finished, I'm not finished, but I'm just so amazed when people see me. They're like, wow. And I know, and I don't care if people are like, oh, well, you had weight loss surgery and that's blah, blah, blah. Yes, I did. And the only regret that I have is that I didn't do it sooner. That's it. Just because somebody who didn't and they're losing weight and they so-called did it naturally, whatever, you're not better than me. I'm not better than you. We both have to do the same thing. And if you are a true person who's really doing it and you're making changes in your life, you know that. You know that you have to eat nutritious food. You know that processed and chemicals and all that stuff that's out there, you can't put it in your body and have true health. You know you have to work on your mind. You know you have to work on your heart issues, your emotions, and your body will go right there with you on your strength training journey, on your working out. So those are things that people that are already working on the best version of them, they don't even trip on that. They don't even have discussions about that. Oh, you have it. Oh, you did. That's not even in the vocabulary. It's all about, hey, we're all doing something to better ourselves, and let me help you up. It's not about who did. Oh, you had, no, it's not about that. It's about, hey, what are you going to do about it? Are you all talk? You talk a big talk on the internet or, however you do, but do you have results that speak for themselves? It takes work. It takes grit. It takes, you know what? Do you think I want to get up in the morning every time? No. My workout partner is my little white dog. He comes in the living room with me. And sometimes he doesn't. But you know what? It's worth it to me. The benefits and the rewards, the clarity mentally, the strength in my body, the outcome is just, it's priceless. It's priceless. It gets me up and says, let's move. Let's do this. I don't want to stay the same. Do you want to stay the same? I don't think so. But I just want to encourage you. I'm Kathy Burgos, goldcoin145.com. I have nutritious plans or just nutrition. If that's, you already have your own exercise thing. I have a support plan where you just need support. I also have nutrition and movement, which is an exercise plan, and then also macros. So, give it a try. And, I say I'm the best because I have lived experience. I actually do it. I practice what I preach, or guess what? I have to change my speech if I don't. And the proof is there. I just want to share how important it is for you to really love yourself. It took me 15 years to finally make that choice. Fear held me back. So many things held me back. And I think, oh man, Kat, it took you so long. But that's okay. The past is the past. Today is a new day. Maybe you fell off a little bit. Maybe you were there and, different circumstances happened in your life. Don't beat yourself up. Don't dwell on the past no more. That was yesterday. You got to get back up, dust yourself off, and get the gold coin state of mind. We don't cheat on us. I don't cheat on me no more. I don't put myself at the end anymore. And maybe you take care of a lot of people. You're a business person. You're a CEO. You're a leader. You're a supervisor. You're a manager. You're a mother. You're a father. And, you have a sphere of influence. And everything that you do is influencing those people around you. And your quality of care, when you don't have care for yourself, your quality of care for others suffers. And eventually you crash and burn at some point. Your heart, mind, and body have to be working in harmony. And that's something that I have just really lived my life these last couple years with that in mind. And that has just been such a perspective changer. It has been such a life changer completely.
It's 5:00.
And so it's 5:00. So I just want to, share with you, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm here to help you. And I'm here to cheer you on, help you. Don't get caught up in what you think you know or what you don't know. Just, go for it. That's what I did. I didn't know if it was going to work, but I gave it a try. But I gave 100%. I didn't just pay and be like, I don't really want to do that. I don't feel like doing that. No, do it. Do it. You are worth the investment. Maybe you don't believe that really. And you got a lot of things going on and you think it might be too hard to, work out in the evening, the afternoon, take, that walk during lunch. But you know what? You'll be so happy that you did. And you'll be like me, I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? But it's okay. You have a choice and a chance. So look me up on Instagram, goldcoin145. I'm Kat Burgos. I'm here for you. And remember, don't cheat on you. See you next time.